It's the morning. I'm actually remaking a video because I felt like the first time was too long. And so this is like basically what I want to try to do is like just make sometime videos where I'm just talking shit. I've been wanting to do something like that. And first topic that I want to talk about in this video is the whole P Diddy situation. And I look, I don't know a lot of the story and shit like that, right? I'm just going by a little bit I've heard, a video or two that I watch, some memes I watch, and my opinion. So if someone is like a big fan of P Diddy or have all this information, whatever, like you could correct me. I don't give a shit. This is the internet. I don't care. But just don't go too crazy about it because in the end of the day, I'm just fucking making a video. It's spreading my opinion. That's it. If you want to watch and listen to my stupidity, you're cool with it. If it's cool. If you don't, then just click out of the video. Anyway, so I'm gonna start with the situation where he was basically paying like these adult thugs money to clap them cheeks. And I was talking about this on the stream last night, right? And the thing that I makes me laugh, because to me it's a funny ass situation, to be honest, is that grown ass man will allow some other guys to spread them for money, and then they'll go ahead and be singing about how they slaying pussy and oh yeah, I get all these bitches and I do all this and blah blah and I use all this weed and all this drug and I have like pussy freaking rubbing on my nose up and down and I'm like and all that shit, right? And then when the song is done, they're out of the studio, they're done. They go and get their cheeks spread. I just think that's fucking hilarious. I honestly, genuinely, I probably said that word wrong. Genuinely believe that's funny. To me, it is funny as shit because you're an adult male. You're letting yourself get clapped. Look, it's not nothing against like let's say a man being assaulted or something like that sexually, right? That can happen. I get that. Like if fucking the Mike Tyson or The Rock were to fucking try to clamp my cheeks, they probably will. Fuck, I'm fight too. I don't think I could take them on. I'll try. I'll bite them and shit like that. I'll probably punch them in the balls. But if they do, they do, man. It is what it is. But I'm not gonna be there and they'll be like, hey, here's $50 million. I'm like, poof. All right, where you want me? And then I'm gonna go ahead and act like I'm a thug and shit like that. And that's the funny thing about him, how they lived all these years singing about how they're thugs and all this shit, but then in closed doors, they were actually spread multiple times, probably. So to me, it's funny. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't care. Like, it's 2024. Like, no one should give a shit if you like to get spread or not. Like, that's your fucking situation. Like, if you like getting spread, hey man, cool. I'm fucking awesome. Whatever. If it feels good, it feels good. But when you're getting spread, but then you're here talking all this smack and acting all this fucking crazy and shit like that, especially the songs, all the people following you, like the girls are crazy for you and the guys are like, oh, I want to be like him and I want to be like a thug and this and that. And then in reality, he was just on some pillowcases and shit. I don't know. I think it's funny. All right, moving on from there, right? So that was the first part. I just think that P. Diddy is fucking he's a fucking legend. He was just spreading people. I just think he's a legend. It might be an unpopular opinion, but it is what it is. Now then, the next segment. So also related to P Diddy, Justin Bieber. All right, now Justin Bieber, and I don't know all the other stuff like the little bit about how he assaulted women and stuff like that, that's a different story. That's more serious shit. Like that's not funny. So I want to disclose that, and before someone takes it out of context, oh, he is having fun with it. No, I'm talking about the grown ass man that allowed it, right? Not the woman, not the children, none of that shit. But now, let's leave that outside and then focus on Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber is a victim, most likely, from the little bit seems like he is, right? So now, I understand he may be a victim, right? But in my opinion, there's two big factors where he ended up as a victim. First, his parents. His parents are dog shit. Like they suck. They're garbage people. They I feel like they should pass a law eventually where if parents allow their kids to be like in situations, and that's if they allow it, right? They have to investigate where they allow their kids to be in a situation where they could get clapped or anything bad happen to them. They should hold some sort of responsibility and be in prison and shit like that. So because that means you're just a garbage parent. How are you gonna let your teenage kid stay at some rapper's house? And it doesn't have to be a rapper, right? It could be anyone, some other adult house for 2 nights, for 48 hours. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? And this, these dumbass parents allow that for Justin. So most likely he got clapped. And then besides that, it's his fault too, because he's a teenager. Like from there, he looked from the video I saw where he was a P Diddy and he was like looking at P Diddy, and at some point he bit his lip. I don't know why the fuck he did that. Maybe it was itching. And then P Diddy talking about like they were gonna go bull hog or bull some fucking shit there. It was for 48 hours. There's some clip there. Well, there he looks like he's at least 14. Maybe he's younger. So to me, he didn't look that young. You at 14, as a teenager, you kind of have an idea how shit works. Like you're not that oblivious, unless you were living under a rock. How you gonna go ahead and sleep over at some adult's house for 2 nights? Like I just don't see it happening. And you might be like, oh come on, he was like 14, he's a teenager. Okay, I did not just wake up and was already 37, or I mean 37. Oh my god, give myself more age. I wasn't already 34, going to 35, right? I didn't wake up like this. I was a teenager too. I was a kid. I went to the doctor because like I have like a little swole here as a kid. You can't really notice it now because I'm older. But when I was a kid, I was super skinny. You could see it on this arm. And what happened is like my teacher in third grade, she saw it, she noticed it, and she reported to my mom. And my mom was like, "Oh shit," because she, when you see someone every day, you kind of don't notice some stuff, and she didn't really notice the arm. And then when the lady pointed it out, she got scared because the teacher said it could be a tumor. And my mom, right away when she heard tumor, she said, "Oh shit!" She started freaking out. So she took me to a bunch of clinics and did the MRI and all that shit. In one instance, I was in the doctor's office, right? And I was waiting for, well, me and my mom were waiting for the doctor. I was 8 years old. And one of the doctors, right, came in. And my mom had stepped out to use the bathroom. She's like, "I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom right quick. I'll be right back." So I'm waiting, right? The doctor comes in. Now, that I'm aware of, if I'm not mistaken, a doctor should not be like with a kid alone in the room, especially getting them butt naked and shit. So the doctor comes in, closes the door, and he's like, "Oh, drop your pants." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Drop your pants." I'm like, "Sir," I'll never forget this. I said it in Spanish. I'm like, "Sir." I'm sorry, I didn't say it in Spanish. It was in English. The other doctor was a Cuban guy. I'm like, "Sir, the ball is this ball, not those balls down there." The doctor stood there stunned. Like, he's like, and he just walked out. Then my mom came in like a few minutes later. I told her, and she said, "What the hell?" But she didn't really do much because she didn't speak good English and shit like that. And so she didn't really go, and nothing ended up happening. But we were like confused why the hell he wanted me to drop my pants. I was 8 years old. How did I know that I just can't be dropping my pants with any adult? My parents weren't perfect, but they told me just the basic stuff. Don't let people touch your no-no area. But besides that, I learned it from fucking cartoons. Like the Sonic, the Adventure of Sonic the Hedgehog, for example. Every time the episode ended, they'll have the Sonic say. There's an episode where he literally tells you, like, I think he was like talking to Tails or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, if you don't like, being touched somewhere by even a family member, to, report to your guardian or the police." Like, he had, it was there. And in school, they used to teach that. Justin Bieber is 30 years old. He's not that young. I'm 34, he's 30. So, we weren't in the big ass different generation or gap where all the cartoons was different 100%. I'm pretty sure you probably did see some Sonic the Hedgehog, or at least some other cartoons that were playing that time. And at school, they were teaching shit like that. So somehow he skipped all that, and he didn't have no common sense. And besides that, being a teenager, he didn't know. Come on, man. Like for me, is it's more as if the parent kind of pushed him into that so he could secure some fame. That's how I see it. And maybe everyone else may not think that and might think that maybe I'm being an asshole about it. But it's just like you can't be around 14 and be so delusional and so oblivious. I honestly do not believe that. Like I know people are stupid as shit. I'm not saying that. I'm not. We have the internet. We already know. But it's like you can't be like that far off. The other guy that, and this has nothing to do with P Diddy, but that I want to touch upon because it's a similar situation was Drake Bell. And Drake Bell, I don't know his age. I'm pretty sure he's probably like I'll ask Alexa, what's Drake Bell's age? Drake Bell is 37 years old. 37 fucking years old. He's the same age as my girl. He's older than me by 3 years. So motherfucker also got assaulted. And again, where the fuck was the parents? And he, if I'm not mistaken, he was like a teenager for sure. Like it was like he was, I think, 16 or 17. Maybe I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But still, he wasn't 8 years old. So he was an adult. And he was staying over for some reason with the coach. Why are you staying at the coach house? Why? Oh, we have to rehearse the lines? Do it during the day. Don't do it at fucking night. Overnight. Shit, if I had a math test and I need some tutoring, I'm not gonna go to my teacher's house and stay there for 2 nights. That's some Chris Hansen shit. So, it's the same situation. The parent were pieces of shit, and he was fucking stupid. Like, he's a victim. I'm not trying to say that both Justin and Drake are not victims. They are victims. But the way that they became a victim had a lot to do with not only their parents' decisions, but their own decisions. And then the sad thing is, like, I don't think Justin has come out crying about it, not that I'm aware of. At least I haven't seen any clips of him crying about it. But Drake has, at least when in the documentary. And it's like, bro, like you kind of did it to yourself too. Like you're still a victim. I'm not trying to take that away. But you come on, you knew something. You're probably trying to secure your job and shit like that too. Too bad he didn't meet Pete. Pete Diddy. He probably had gotten 50 million and been better off, and still got clapped. But at least it was 50 million. So maybe people might not like what I said right now, but I don't care. It's the truth. At least he would have been a victim, but at least before loaded, then he's a victim and he's like in Mexico, and has all the shit that he did. The point is, going back to the P Diddy situation, is that he's a piece of shit, obviously, but a lot of these people allowed themselves, not everyone, but at least the grown ass adult guys that got paid, like he was trying to take 50 cent shopping. Like who the fuck takes some another man shopping? Like that's so fucking weird. And they accept it. And then with Justin Bieber, and there might be different like other cases like him too, is like it was not only the parents, he has some fault. Now in the end, in the grand scheme, in the end result, he's still a victim. Don't take that away from him. I'm not trying to take that away from him. I'm just saying you could be a victim, but you could also be a victim through your own choices. Like you can make bad decisions that will lead you to become a victim. Not everything is like a fucking celestial fucking shit, like the earth and the sun and the eclipse all aligned, and then he granted you to become a victim. No. You can make mistakes, be a jackass, and end up a victim. Is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, basically that's it. I don't want it to just ramble. This is why I redid the video, because I think the first one I rambled a little bit more. But those are just my opinion. I'm cool to listen to you guys. Like if you guys want to like hate it, hey, you could bring some hate if you want. If you agree with me, let me know. Or if you know more into it, maybe I got some stuff wrong. Or even if you have more information, I gladly would like to listen to it. I don't really go searching for it unless I see on my feed, or I just search one of the YouTubers I watch talk about it. I'll probably go check it out. If not, I don't really, because at the end of the day, I don't really care. I don't really care. I ain't get spread, so I don't give a shit. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy. I like talking. You guys know, especially those that are on the stream with me, that a lot of time I just go on a tangent and speak for 2 hours, 1 hour, and shit like that. So I'm trying to see if I could come up with, you know, some topics or whatever where I could just talk. And this is unfiltered. It's like me. The only difference, like I'm not swearing like a sailor, because usually I say shit a little bit more worse, but I'm being. This is as I would say like 50-60% unfiltered. Let's just say that. And let me rephrase it like there. I can't go 100%. I'm pretty sure YouTube won't like it. Or any platform. Anyway, see you guys in the next one, alright? Love you guys. Super Sing Gang. We're out.